Welcome to the Panic Button, everyone. I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie, and I just looked at the screen, and I'm really upset.
So today we're going to be reacting to a video by Lillytino.
Which means you can click this video, and you're also kind of upset. Welcome to the club.
And if you don't know who Lillytino is,
Then you haven't been here before. So I'm Jessie, that's Nina. One more time for you.
he is a trans content creator
/ troll.
who has gone viral a few times on TikTok.
Not as viral as Dylan Mulvaney.
That's true. But if you still don't know who Lillytino is by the name, maybe you'll recognize some of his greatest hits, like Photobomb and Female Bathroom at Disney. That was a big one.
Saying Kurt Cobain was trans. Abraham Lincoln wrote letters to men about wanting to sleep in the same bed as them.
Or how about this greatest hit, which was where he shows you with a corn dog what will happen to his genitalia
And the cake pops, right, at Disney?
when he gets
The surgery.
sexual reassignment surgery
The surgery.
while he's at Disney. While children are running in the background.
The same area where he did the bathroom
Yeah.
issues.
So his other greatest hits were
Trying to get people fired.
trans woman trying to get people fired in public by sitting down at a restaurant and waiting for someone to misgender him.
Or the other time when they were sitting in an outside dining area and some like teenage boys came by and antagonized them. It had nothing to do with the store. And so they asked to speak. So Lillytino has to speak to the manager because 3 teenage boys who had nothing to do with the store walked by and said, meh, 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 meh. Yeah, it's all over the place. Tons of greatest
Okay,
hits.
so, or the myriad of videos of him going to a restaurant
I mean, you could just look at
Getting
any of the
misgendered.
OnlyFans content.
and getting misgendered by a poor waiter or waitress, some not even from this country, going to the manager and complaining and trying to get him fired. Mm-hmm. And then saying it's like a knife to the heart.
With
It's
that poor dog.
Classic stuff.
Torturing the dog.
And so we have another one for you today.
Great.
And it is going to be...
We know everyone's sick of Lillytino, but this is where the content's at, guys.
This is it.
Estrogen doesn't change your voice.
You see, when we went through our first puberty,
Testosterone stretched our vocal cords. It made our voices deep.
so deep,
And just like a mozzarella stick, once it's been stretched out,
there's no going back.
even estrogen can't turn back that clock.
However, you can change.
However, you could not talk like a man, like you clearly do. This, I don't know who this is, Foxy Alex? Okay, Alex over here clearly is doing vocal training, or at least, what would you call it when you're modulating your voice?
Modulating your voice.
But that's what's going on. You're at least doing the work to come across as more feminine.
Yeah.
Lillytino is not. Lillytino still talks like this. You're clearly doing these. And then you showed for a second that you can still go deep, but like you're doing the work, which is all anyone ever asked for.
They're acting like 12-year-old boys.
I mean, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of, because they're like laughing at really stupid stuff and being like, this is so cool. We're so cool, guys. Hey, we're 12-year-old little boys in my bedroom.
And we have titties now.
And now we have titties. We're going to have a sleepover. We're going to laugh about
Girls and their boobs.
girls and their boobs. Yeah. Ew.
Change your voice by practicing something called
Voice training, where you practice with a teacher to train your
Voice training.
But someone who goes and actually gets voice training is someone who wants to actually appear as the gender they were not born as.
It sounds like voice straining.
Voice training, yeah. It could be a strain also.
It sounds like a strain.
But if you really want to be perceived as a woman, then you're going to have to sound like a woman. So, like this person here, if they came
Do a
up
better
and
job.
they could do better, but they're not doing the worst. They're not doing as bad as Lillytino.
That just can't be fixed.
I'm sorry. It's like when girls only hang out with uglier girls to look pretty. That's what this video is for
Yes.
whoever's with Lillytino.
Right. You're right.
Like
the
I
fat
don't-
friend or the ugly friend.
I don't find this they, them, man, woman to be attractive whatsoever. But next to Lillytino, you're doing a great job. So
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing because obviously it's a better job than Lillytino.
It's that the comparison thing. You know, like when
The instant comparison next to each other, yeah.
yeah, it's like what you can see instead of seeing like Cindy Crawford next to Lillytino, you know, or Sydney. I keep calling her Sydney. Cindy Crawford, yes, which is like 1,000 to a negative 7 trillion.
Yes, but as this trans woman Alex over here, right? This trans woman is actually making a really smart move. You look more feminine than ever.
That's a great way for men to see you more feminine, is if you're next to a dude
Who's burly, who's trying to be
can't
one.
even try.
I'm starting to understand why they're letting some of these people slide. That's why they're not.
It helps them.
Because it helps them look like better.
Yeah, it's like when the girls as a group, they go to a bar and they're trying to
They're
pick up a
Stacey,
guy.
Go ask him out. Stacy, go ask him out. Oh my God, look at Stacy, that dumb bitch. She's
Kim,
going
bring
to ask
your
him out.
friend Melissa. Kim and Melissa, we need to bring them with us.
Oh,
They're
God.
gonna really help. It's not like when a guy helps another guy.
It's not actually a wingman situation.
It's not a wingman at all.
This is the most feminine I've seen these trans women be.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're so accurate with that. Holy shit, you're blowing my mind right now.
Thanks. But it's true. It's true. That's the ugly fat friend. Whatever. What they had a name for it, but I can't think of it.
It's like complex. No, it's not complex. It's a maneuver.
It's a strategy.
It's a strategy, like a wingman, but the opposite. The wingman actively helps the man.
A wingman is someone you ask to help you and
get the girl.
Maybe you don't always
or help
ask,
get a
but they're a
girl.
friend who's going to try and help you get a girl, right?
Yeah.
Versus the women who are toxic and ready to snap you out of their competition pool.
Right. Women don't need wing women. Because
it's less often. Some women.
No, they don't. Because if the wing woman is prettier,
Well, it's not that they don't need them. It's that it's a detriment to them. Because a guy's looking at you and your friend. If your friend's hotter, he's going to go for your friend, right?
yeah. When girls are going out, there's usually not too many women who hang around each other in a group who are all like sixes.
Right.
There's usually a dynamic.
Right. And you
So-
can hope that one guy will think you're the prettiest, but usually the pretty girl is the prettiest, and that's the one that most of the guys want.
Right. And if they only have so many to choose from, it's better to have more uggos go with you than, hotties. Maybe like a friend.
As the pretty
or
girl,
something.
yeah.
But if you want to get picked, then you're going to need to have the ugly friend next to you.
It was a movie. It was called Duff, Dumb, Ugly, Fat Friend.
I've never heard of that movie.
I never saw it, but I know that's what it was, Dumb, Ugly, Fat Friend. They call him Duff.
I gotta say, this is the best way to make yourself look as feminine as possible. You bring the one that really doesn't pass along with you. That was a great observation.
Yeah, I think that this Alex person is definitely making out.
Yeah, they have a strategic move.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And
You look
this is it.
so trans next to Lillytino.
Yeah.
you look so well at trans that you almost look cis next to Lillytino.
Absolutely.
Because if you put these two next to me and you were like, there's a among us
Next to you?
there's a among these people. You know it's Lillytino. You wouldn't. You wouldn't go to the person Alex first.
Right.
You'd be like, well, she looks more like a chick than she does.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone asked you, is one of these people a female or both of them female? What would you say?
Right. That's hard.
None of them are female.
Right.
But the one on the left looks the most female.
It depends on who is asking and what the purpose of the question was.
Well, I mean, just for the sake of saying this is a woman or this is a man.
Right. The one looks more like a woman than the other one does.
The one understood the assignment. The other one did not. Dude, I'm not attracted to any trans individuals, but if I had to choose one of these people to be with for the rest of my life, I'd pick the one on the left. Just based off looks.
Yeah.
Just based off looks.
Wow. So Lillytino is being used by the feminine trans identifying male in order to not only get more views, but to get more of.
I'm sure this is another spicy content creator.
Yeah, more commentary,
More money.
more
of attention, more money, more
attention
status.
going towards them.
And it'll be less negative attention, even though you did a video with Lillytino, because you look better than Lillytino. And that's the whole problem people have with Lillytino. Lillytino is being predatory with actions like going into women's rooms and not even trying to present like a woman. Now, if Lillytino looked like the person on the left and walked into the female bathroom, didn't pull out their camera or anything weird, would someone raise their eye as much?
As well as treating service workers like crap
Like
and trying to
people,
get
maybe?
them fired.
Treat them like people?
Yeah, just being a total jerk. He's like the target lady, not the nice old one, the nasty one who was yelling at the nice old one.
So
He's
when
like,
you say target lady, it makes me think of the sketch from SNL with Kristen Wiig.
okay, he is the trans Karen upset over something stupid that doesn't make any sense to anyone else, while it's simultaneously trying to get someone who is a service worker who doesn't make a lot of money fired from their job for something that they're not doing. That's not wrong.
Yeah, and liberals hate that.
Right. So he's trying to play both sides of the fence?
He's trying to get money for rage baiting. He's still an edgelord. He says he's done with that, but he's not.
Yeah, because aren't edgelords more men? You know, like men usually do that stuff, not women. So he's trying to reinvent what edgelord is like because he's trans. He's trying to
I have a question.
rename it.
How many women have you ever heard refer to themselves as lord?
No, you don't.
So edgelord is inherently
Right.
masculine.
So what's the trans version of edgelord?
It's still an edgelord because it still has a penis. I'm not kidding. How many people with vaginas do you see doing this stuff?
You don't. You usually see Karens. You see Karens just being crazy in their own special way. But that's more like, edgelord stuff. The material that he creates is definitely. Anyway, I'm still high, so.
Muscles to sound the way you want to.
Voice training doesn't unstretch your vocal cords, but with enough practice...
No more deep voice?
Exactly.
Many trans women find comfort in voice training.
I choose not to voice train, but many trans women do, and that's great. Fun fact, trans men taking testosterone for the first time actually don't need to voice train.
Because their vocal cords stretch like ours did when we went through puberty.
I think we waited too long to eat. I'm gonna eat it anyways.
Which is why, also, if you're a woman who transitions to male, you have a lower voice, even if you want to detransition, which is why people have so many issues with that, because our vocal cords never got stretched. Fun fact, biology.
Fun fact, 90% of children who go on puberty blockers go immediately to hormonal therapy. And when that happens, nothing is reversible.
Nope, just like he just said. If estrogen doesn't unstretch men's vocal cords, then why would it unstretch a woman's vocal cords
It wouldn't.
when they get off of it?
It wouldn't.
Which is just, I'm sure if you've watched any of our channel, the beginning and one of the smaller reasons along a big, huge list of why it's really hard on the human body to transition, let alone females. Females going to male have it way harder than males going to female. I'm not saying that males going to female don't have a hard time. I'm saying that women who take testosterone have a shorter lifespan, more medical issues, and a lot harder complications more often than the men do.
It's true. When you were taking a shower, I was looking all that stuff up.
They
And they said aside from 1 to 2 years, there's no long-term studies on any of this that supports it being beneficial overall.
I believe that.
They have a shorter lifespan.
After taking it, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the men, but definitely the women who transition to be men.
It wasn't specific when I was reading it.
It
said
takes an
that
average of 10 years off your life, I think.
It said that trans people, regardless if they've gone through the transition during puberty or gone through the transition afterwards, their mortality rate is still higher than people who
haven't
gone through it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that people like to just hear the good stuff and they don't actually hear any of the bad stuff, like the vocal cord stretching or things like that. Where you have the hair growing in your phalloplasty because it's actually just arm skin and hair grows on arm skin. And so now your pee hole has got hair coming out of it that you can't get rid of. And now you have an infection in your bladder, and now you have deterioration, not to mention that when the men get the boobs put on or when the women get the boobs taken off, you can get infections there. It's really sad that we can't just tell people to love themselves. And if you want to wear a dress and call yourself Kimmy, even though you're Dan, that we'll call you Kimmy, even though we know you're Dan.
Yeah, there's two things I wanted to say here. Number one is that another argument against minors transitioning, taking puberty blockers and hormones before the age of 18 is that if they do want to go ahead later on down the line and get genital surgery, if you take puberty blockers and go right to hormones,
you don't have enough material to actually make it.
Pretty much you end up with a micro penis, and you don't have enough, like she said, material in order to create the cave.
So they take parts of your intestines out instead.
Or your colon. And that leads to a variety of different infections.
Is your colon not a part of your intestines?
It is. I was just being a little bit more specific.
I was just
that's what
clarifying.
they mentioned. in the study that I was reading. Most European countries have actually pulled back on all of this stuff.
Yeah.
While America and Canada are more
Accepting.
gung-ho for it. But
Money.
right. It's always about the money. But it's also about the ideology. It's also about control. When it comes to these trans activists, it's all about attention and money. I'm sure they get something out of it. But the other thing that I wanted to say was it was kind of weird because for the longest time, minors weren't allowed to do any of this stuff. And we had a little bit more restriction when it came to like transgender surgeries and hormones. They had to go through a process. So they were kind of restrictive. When it came to it, I'd say like about a 6 or 7 on the restriction scale for who was allowed to transition and who wasn't. But then America just got totally loosey-goosey with it, and it was down to a 2, where it's just that and the minors could do it and whatever, and they were saying it wasn't happening, but it was, and it's happening a little, and now it's a good thing. And now because they went so loosey-goosey on it and didn't have enough restrictions, people got really nervous. Because we don't allow for drugs to go through or surgeries to be done unless we have good studies on this stuff. And people got nervous because there was no proof, there was no scientific studies, long-term studies in order for people to understand
I think that
if this was positive or not.
I think there was a good understanding and acceptance that we believed in scientific research up until COVID really happened. And then all of a sudden it was like, we'll take vaccines, we'll take hormones, we'll take anything. We don't care about the testing behind it. And I think that was really a big turning point for America's view on medicalization.
A lot of viruses spread during that time. And it wasn't just COVID. It was also the mind virus of gender ideology. Because we didn't have this kind of crazy stuff before. It was very isolated. It was much smaller. But the ideology took hold and children got bored and they just ran rampant with it. And politicians thought this was a good thing and perverts thought this was a good thing. And they just ran wild. And it became way too much. Way too many young people identifying and wanting to get surgeries and hormones, and parents and mothers taking off with this ideology as well. People getting attention, getting praised. It wasn't a good thing. And there weren't enough studies to be done.
There still aren't.
No, there's not, because most of the studies were biased, and the ones that weren't biased didn't have enough of a
longevity,
a focus group, longevity, any of that stuff. So anytime that someone says, oh, there's studies on this, there's no long-term studies. There's none. That makes people very, very nervous, especially when you're talking about their children.
Yeah, and Lillytino loves to talk to children, so.
Yeah, and then you're not able to even define what trans is, which is a big problem. So now we don't know what trans is. That includes perverts, that includes drag queens, that includes tomboys who think that they're gay men. It got so loosey-goosey that it became hard to understand what was going on. What was what? Up is down. Men or women. Everything got like if you want something to go through, you have to be very clear and concise about specific things. You have to have the long-term studies. You have to make people feel comfortable. You have to get it passed through the FDA. None of that was done. And now here we are.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, I was just thinking about that. Like and subscribe, everybody. She gave me a
weed.
Oh, what do they call it?
A terpene-infused joint.
A terpene-infused joint. And I was kind of all over the place trying to explain what my point was, and then I was looking to her for help, and then I just noticed she was coloring, and I zoned out, and I just forgot what I was saying, and I was trying to get back to it, and that's my ADD brain. But so what I was trying to say is that we used to have some sort of a system in place for transition, and then it all went kaput. We don't know how to define trans. It's like anyone who says they're trans, right? We don't know, is it a mental illness? Is it an ideology? Is it a personality trait? And then they're letting children transition. And there's no long-term studies on this stuff. There's barely any unbiased studies at all. And people are arguing back and forth. And then it just became a mess. No guardrails, no definitions, no rules, none of that. It was all willy-nilly based on how someone was feeling. And when you're talking about children, adults feel very uncomfortable having that kind of uncertainty with everything coming anywhere near their kids.
Especially since kids are so heavily influenced by it these days anyways.
Exactly. And now when it comes, and that coming with an ideology on top of it, a belief system, is even scarier for normal people, you know? Normal people with kids especially. So if people want more loosey-goosiness within the trans surgery, hormones system and all that, because it's going to get really restricted, until then, you could do that, yes.
Sorry. Continue.
But until then, you're going to have to be more specific, and you're going to have more long-term studies done. So you need definitions and all that stuff.
We all know what happens when you get loosey and goosey.
Right. I mean, we all saw what happened with weed.
Trump is deschedulizing it again. Did you see?
How restrictive was it? We needed studies after studies in order for them to finally be like, okay, let's be a little loosey-goosey with this. But weed was really restrictive back in the day, especially when I was a kid.
And I have the feeling that the only reason they're getting loosey-goosey on it is because they know that they're losing money by not having any taxes on it.
Amongst other things, yeah.
Because the thing is,
and even then, like I didn't agree with weed being illegal, but the point being is that the majority of Americans felt way comfortable with weed being a little bit more loosey-goosey because of all the studies and all that stuff, because it was so restricted for so long. Now we got the studies, we know what's going on, okay, loosey-goosey. But they're not doing that with the trans thing. And that's why it's going to get incredibly restrictive until further notice, apparently. Until people
You should have restrictions on things until you're knowing the risk that you're taking on.
Exactly. But they did it backwards.
Yeah, that sounds like the American way.
Exactly.
These people came to our country. Let's make them slaves. How about we don't make them slaves? Give us 100 years.
Yes, America's very, very backwards with a lot of things.
It takes them a minute to realize they're doing it wrong.
I feel like listening to us is really hard.
This was a hard one.
This was a hard one for me to explain. I am never smoking weed before a video again.
I told you guys, if you were ready, I could go right now. I took a whole shower and you're still not there yet.
No, I can't believe it.
I don't take short showers.
I know. It's been like an hour and a half. I'm usually good within a half hour. This is crazy stuff.
It's those terpenes.
It's damn those terpenes. Bye, everybody.
Bye. We love you. Come back.
Cry